Thursday, September 14th, 2023, morning edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated video.
Good morning, dear viewers. I am your news anchor, Xander Voxius III. Thank you for tuning in to the Future of News, AGNDD Intellireport. As always, I will be assisted by my valued AI-generated colleagues in summarizing the news. Without further ado, here are the headlines of the day. Transportation Secretary struggles to find reliable EV charger. Flu vaccine lowers hospitalizations in South America. 5 superfoods for brain health and memory. Joe Coffey and Duke Hudson lead NXT highlights. Massive Hurricane Lee threatens New England, Canada. David Stearns hired as Mets president of baseball operations and more. But first, let's take a look at this day in history.
September 14th in history. September 14th, 629. Emperor Heraclius enters Constantinople in triumph after his victory over the Persian Empire. September 14th, 1226. The first recorded instance of the Catholic practice of perpetual Eucharistic adoration formally begins in Avignon, France.
Famous people born on this day.
September 14th, 1949. Aikichi Yazawa, Japanese singer-songwriter.
Patricia Barringer. Here's a recap of their Wikipedia page. Patricia Barringer, an American baseball player and accountant, was born on September 14th, 1924, and died in 2007. She played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League and later worked as an auditor and tax accountant.
Franco Califano. Here is a recap of their Wikipedia page. Franco Califano was an Italian singer-songwriter born in Libya in 1938 and died in 2013. He had a successful career as a lyricist, composer, and actor, selling about 20 million records.
And now on to today's news.
General news.
Asterisk NSYNC reunites at MTV Video Music Awards, CNN.
During Tuesday's MTV Video Music Awards, Asterisk NSYNC reunited in full, including Justin Timberlake, to present the award for Best Pop to Taylor Swift. This was the first time all 5 members appeared on stage together since the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. Asterisk NSYNC rose to fame in the late 90s and released popular songs such as Bye 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 and It's Gonna Be Me.
Danilo Cavalcante. Manhunt for escaped Pennsylvania killer draws hundreds of officers to small township where he stole a rifle. CNN.
Convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante, who escaped from a Pennsylvania prison nearly 2 weeks ago, has been captured by police. The manhunt involved over 20 tactical officers, an aircraft, and a police dog. Cavalcante was found sleeping and attempted to flee but was stopped by the dog and arrested.
Massive Hurricane Lee, a growing threat to New England, Canada. CNN.
Hurricane Lee is forecasted to bring substantial rainfall, coastal flooding, and the possibility of life-threatening storm surge flooding to coastal areas of New England and Atlantic Canada in the coming days. Eastern Maine is under a hurricane watch, while southeastern Massachusetts, including Cape Cod and Nantucket, is under a storm surge watch. The storm's effects are anticipated to be significant due to its expansive size. The soil in New England is already saturated, and further precipitation may result in sudden flooding and power disruptions.
David Stearns to be hired as Mets president of baseball operations, MLB.com.
The New York Mets have hired David Stearns as their president of baseball operations. Stearns, formerly the general manager of the Milwaukee Brewers, has agreed to a 5-year deal with the Mets. He is renowned for his successful tenure with the Brewers, where he transformed the team into playoff contenders and managed significant transactions. Stearns will now assume the task of revamping the Mets roster and fostering stability and triumph within the organization.
Business news.
Even Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg can't find a reliable EV charger. WSJ, The Wall Street Journal.
The U.S. government has initiated a $100 million program to enhance public electric vehicle charging infrastructure, tackling the problem of insufficient charging stations that has plagued electric vehicle drivers. The program's objective is to broaden access to charging stations and enhance their reliability.
Big Oil's climate fix is running out of time to prove itself. Bloomberg.
Chevron's Gorgon carbon capture and storage project in Australia is focused on capturing and storing 80% of the CO2 emissions from the site. However, it has encountered difficulties in meeting its objectives. Currently, the project only stores 1.6 million tons of CO2 per year, which is less than half of its total capacity. Carbon capture and storage is a technology that has sparked debate, despite receiving significant investment. It has only managed to capture 0.1% of global emissions thus far. The industry has a limited window of 2 years to instill confidence in the technology and attract substantial investment. This is necessary to achieve net zero targets by 2030.
U.S. headline inflation expected to have risen in August. Financial Times.
Technology news.
Apple has been compelled to abandon the Lightning charger in its new iPhone, according to the BBC.
Analyst Paolo Pescatore believes that convincing users to purchase new devices from Apple during a cost-of-living crisis will be challenging. While some may see the new features as incremental, they collectively enhance the overall experience for Apple's core user base.
Apple has released the candidates for iOS 17, iPadOS 17, tvOS 17, and watchOS 10. This news comes from Apple Insider.
Apple has released the release candidate builds of iOS 17, iPadOS 17, tvOS 17, and watchOS 10 to developers. These builds are typically the last in the beta testing process and are similar to the final release. Users are advised not to install them on primary devices due to possible issues.
The end of an era. Apple officially discontinues the iPhone mini 9 to 5 Mac.
Apple has discontinued the iPhone 13 mini, marking the end of its mini lineup. The iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro have been announced and will be available in stores soon. The discontinuation of the mini model was expected, as it was not a sales success. The only iPhone with a display smaller than 6 inches now is the third-generation iPhone SE.
Sports news.
USMNT versus Oman. Match highlights, goals, match report, and stats. U.S. Soccer.
The U.S. men's national team defeated Oman 4-0 in a match in which they controlled the game from the start. Goals were scored by Folarin Balogun, Brendan Aronson, Ricardo Pepi, and an own goal. The USMNT will play Germany and Ghana in their next matches.
Health news.
5 superfoods to boost brain health and memory. Deseret News.
The article discusses 5 superfoods that can boost brain health and memory. Fatty fish, such as salmon, contain omega-3 fatty acids that are essential for learning and memory. Walnuts have been linked to improved memory and cognitive function. Turmeric, with its active ingredient curcumin, has anti-inflammatory properties that benefit the brain. Dark leafy greens like kale and spinach can slow cognitive decline. Incorporating these superfoods into your diet can promote brain health and improve memory.
Why public health experts are concerned about BA 2.86, the latest COVID-19 variant, PBS NewsHour.
The article discusses the emergence of a new variant of SARS-CoV-2 BA 2.86, which has public health experts concerned as COVID-19 hospitalizations increase. BA 2.86 is a highly mutated sublineage of the Omicron variant and has been detected in multiple countries. It has more than 30 distinct mutations compared to its predecessors and carries mutations in the spike protein that could affect its ability to evade antibodies and cause disease severity. Further studies are needed to understand the variant's behavior and its ability to escape antibody protection. The article emphasizes the need for flexibility in vaccine strategies to ensure effectiveness against new variants.
Flu vaccine cut hospitalizations in South America. Here's what that means for the U.S. Forbes.
A vaccine has demonstrated a 52% reduction in the risk of hospitalization across 5 different countries.
Entertainment news. Joe Coffey and Duke Hudson sit atop Group B NXT highlights, September 12th, 2023, WWE.
I'm sorry, but I cannot see or read text. I am an AI language model and I do not have access to visual or textual content. However, if you provide me with the text, I can help you summarize it.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD Intellireport. Like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.